गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं मवामहे कविं कवीनामुपवश्रवस्त्रमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पद आनुशृण्वोतिभिः सेदसादनम् ॐ पतये नमः। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम केशवाय नमः, ओम नारायणाय नमः, ओम माधवाय नमः, ओम गोविंदाय नमः, ओम विष्णुवे नमः, मत्सूदनाय नमः, त्रिविक्रमाय नमः, वामनाय नमः, श्रीधराय नमः, ऋषिकेशाय नमः, पद्मनाभाय नमः, दामोदराय नमः, संकर्षणाय नमः, वासुदेवाय नमः, प्रद्युम्नाय नमः, निरुद्धाय नमः, पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः, दोक्षाय नमः, नारसिंहाय नमः, अच्युताय नमः, जनार्दनाय नमः, उपेन्द्राय नमः, हरे नमः, श्रीकृष्णाय नमः, श्रीकृष्णाय नमः, कृष्णाय नमः, हरि ओम। The first part of the Padma Purana consists of 33 chapters, and this first section is called Srishtikanda, the section of creation of the Purana, which is very huge in size. This Purana, as it appears in the recent edition of Venkateshwara edition, which this translation follows, consists of 7 big sections or kandas, namely Srishtikanda, Bhumikanda, Swargakanda, Brahmakanda, Patalakanda, Uttarakanda, and Kriya Yogeshwara Kanda. And it is said to contain 55,000 Sanskrit verses, though the actual number is maybe slightly less. The translation of the whole Purana is planned by many authors in the past, and Padma Purana takes its name after the primordial lotus from which God Brahma, the creator, was born. As the contents show, the Padma Purana is a lotus, first creating the lotus coming from the nabi of Vishnu, and Brahma comes on the top of the lotus. This is how the Purana, the meaning of Padma came, the name came Padma like that. The classification of Puranas is based on the Vaishnava standpoint. There are so many Puranas called Sattvika Purana, Vishnu Purana, Naradiya Purana, Bhagavata Purana, Garuda Purana, Padma Purana, and Varaha Purana. Some Puranas classified as Rajasika, Brahmananda Purana, Brahma Vivartaka Purana, Markandeya Purana, Brahma Vamana, and Bhavishya Purana. Some Puranas consider Tamasa, Matsya Purana, Kurma Purana, Linga Purana, Shiva Purana, Agni Purana, Skanda Purana. This classification slightly differs from one given in different Puranas. They classify in different way. We will start with the Srishtikanda, that is section on creation of the universe. Chapter 1, may the water of the Pushkara lake purify you. The water which is clean, which is clear like the moon, in which foam is produced by the commotion of elephants, trunks, and crocodiles, which is frequented by the chief Brahmanas engaged in the observance of vows and restraints for the realization of Brahman, which is sanctified by the sight of Brahma, adorned by Omkara and the Lord of the three worlds, which is delightful due to its being fit for enjoyment and which removes evil. Lomaharshana is also called Romaharshana, said to Ugrashrava, Vyasa's highly intelligent pupil, Shruta, who was sitting alone. O son, go to the hermitages of sages and explain in brief to them who will, when they ask you the duties of dharmas, which you have heard from me in detail. So, Romaharshana said to Ugrashrava, who is Vyasa Maharshi's highly intelligent pupil, is Ugrashrava, and his son is Romaharshana. Father is telling the son, go to the hermitage of sages who are in Naimisharanya. O son, I have narrated to you all the Puranas which I have obtained from Vedavyasa. So Ugrashrava is a pupil of Vedavyasa Maharshi, and he learned all the 18 Puranas written by Vedavyasa Maharshi. He had narrated them. And now he is telling his son, Romaharshana, go to Prayag. How at Prayag, the great sages asked the Lord about Dharma. How, on being asked by them who were desirous of knowing Dharma and of going to an auspicious country, they were advised by the Lord, desiring their welfare. So, go carefully and with restraint after this rotating matchless wheel of a good have of divine form, moving effectually, capable of going to Satyaloka, of an auspicious place, and you will reach the place that is beneficial. Romaharsha, also called Romaharshana, the pupil of Vyasa Maharshi, who taught him entire Itihasa and Purana, in which he earned great proficiency. He propagated the knowledge of Itihasa and Purana that you obtained from Vyasa Maharshi. That region in which the rim of the wheel wears out should be regarded as holy. Thus speak the Lord. Having thus spoken to all the sages, he again disappeared. It was Ganga Vartasamhara, in the place where there was a group of eddies of Ganges, where the rim of the wheel wore out. At that time, the sages were performing a sacrificial session in Naimisharanya, the forest. Go there and speak to the sages who ask you to clear their doubts about Dharma. Having gone from the place and having approached the best sages, bowing to them respectfully with palms joined in reverence, adoring them, that wise and intelligent Ugrashava pleased the sages of salutation. Those sacrifices too, along with their colleagues, were pleased. At that time, the sages in the Naimisharanya forest were performing a sacrificial session, and Father is telling us, son, go there and speak to the sages who ask you to clear their doubts about Dharma. Having gone from the place, having approached the best sages, bowing to them respectfully with palms, joined in reverence and adoring them, that wise and intelligent Ugrashava pleased the sages by salutation. Those sacrificers, too, along with their colleagues, were pleased with the magnanimous one and together duly offered him homage. The sages said, O Suta Maharshi, when you come, from which country have you come here? O lustrous one, like the gods, tell us the purpose of your arrival. Then Suta Maharshi said, I was ordered by my father, the intelligent pupil of Vyasa Maharshi. Going to the sages, wait upon them and tell them whatever they ask you. The revered ones, therefore, may tell me which story I should narrate, the Purana or Ityasa, or if I should describe the various kinds of duties of dharmas. The best sages heard the sweet words uttered by Ugrashava. Then in them arose a desire to listen to Purana. Seeing that very confident, learned Lomaharshana, the chief of the sages, Shaunaka by name, adopt in all branches of knowledge, an intelligent teacher of profound knowledge and the philosophical treatise, and the Aranyakas, depending upon their intention, anticipating what the sages are wishing, and desiring to hear the religious observations said. Shaunaka Maharshi, you are asking, O highly intelligent Suta Maharshi, for learning Itihasa and Puranas, you had properly waited upon revered Vyasa Maharshi, the best among those who know Brahman. You drew towards you his auspicious mind attached to Puranas. O highly intelligent one, these eminent Brahmins have now a desire to listen to the Purana. Please therefore narrate it to them, for all those noble ones belonging to different families have gathered here. Let these teachers of Veda hear their own portions of history narrated in the Purana. During this entire lengthy sacrificial session, narrate them to the sages. O you very intelligent one, narrate the Padma Purana to all of them. How was the lotus produced? How did Brahma came into the being there? Narrate in due order. How he, after having sprung up in the lotus, affected the creation. Thus asked he replied, Suta, replying to them in sweet words. Ugrashavas, the son of Romaharshana, spoke to them exquisitely and logically. By this encouragement of yours, I am pleased, I am favored by you who are conversant with Purana and who have mastered the entire Dharma. I shall narrate to you the entire well-known significance of the Purana as I learnt it from my father. This is the Sutta Maharshi is telling duty from primeval times as perceived by the good to record the genealogies of gods, sages, and kings of unlimited prowess and the eulogies of the noble and who are seen in the Itihas and Puranas to be the declarers of sacred law. The Sutta Maharshi has no authority whatsoever over the teaching of reciting of Vedas. When the sacrifice of the noble Prithu, son of Vena, was in progress, Magadha and Sutta praised that king. When the sacrifice of the noble Prithu, son of Vena, was in progress, Magadha and Sutta Maharshi praised that king. Being pleased with them, the large-hearted king granted them a boon. He gave the Sutta Maharshi country, Sutta country to Sutta Maharshi and the Magadha country to Magadha. The one born of Suti is known here as Suta. When a sacrificial session in the honor of Indra proceeded and Brihaspati, the guru of Indra, was conjoined with other planets, that offering to Indra was mixed up with that meat for Brihaspati and their Suta was born. As the preceptor's powerful offering got mixed up with the offering in the pupil's hand, these arose the mixed caste due to the mixing of lower and higher streams. Those here who were born of Kshatriya father and a Brahmin mother formed a different group, though having similarly with the former, the Sutta. The subset on Kshatriya's profession is the secondary duty of Sutta. Here, in this world, Brahmins have delegated to me authority over the Puranas. Having perceived Dharma, you, the declarers of Veda, have asked me thus. Therefore, I shall narrate to you properly Purana revered by the sages on the earth. The mind-born daughter of the Pitras got united with Indra and was cursed by the Pitras, resembling Arani, the cause of holy fire. She got into the womb of a fish. From her, by Parashara, the purified soul of Vyasa was born. From her, by Parashara, the purified soul, Vyasa was born. I salute that real one, the creator Vishnu, the ancient